Good morning, sunshines. I'm sorry. I actually wasn't trying to go live. I was trying to do a recording this morning, and it said that I was live. Good morning. How are you guys this morning, sunshines? Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Brian. I was listening to yours. You had some different songs this morning, Brian, that's for sure. Good morning, Jojo Bananas. Hey, Amy. Yeah, I know. Good morning, Afila. Uh-oh, the microwave is going off. Morning, Miriam. Actually, afternoon. You're right, Brian. Yeah, I saw on a couple of notifications this morning that um, Joy Vila is going live with Tony and Alex Barnes today. And she's also going live with Natalie today. Yay. Good morning, Anne. I'm going to turn this off from such a big face. Let me see. I want to discuss these crimes. The dogs are going to bark. I don't know how long we're going to be on today. My son's coming over so he can work in the shooting range in the backyard for a little while today. So the dogs are going to bark. The neighbors' dogs are going to bark. It's going to get noisy around here. Yeah, I'm surprised that they don't. I don't always get notifications. It's just so weird. It's not consistent, that's for sure. Yeah, wow. Yes, I do. Yep. Yeah, I always watch too much true crime. Yeah, I can't move that over. How do I do that? Let me see. View. Reading pane. There we go. Good morning, Haggis. Yeah, YouTube hates me too most of the time. I laughed at Audit yesterday because she uses me for my technical abilities, which jokes on her. My technical abilities are like eensy weensy, right? And she comes on my channel and I get like so many views. Normally I get 100 views. And we do our lives together and I get a lot of views. So, she uses me, I use her. That's what true friends are for, right? Oh my gosh, that's horrible, Amy. I'm going to mute just for a second. Okay, all better. Remember when we went through, when we were going through Liz Gale's lists of all the different crimes that were reported from the kids growing up in Scientology off from the receipts? These are all the different crimes. Not every person has every crime, obviously, but these are all the different crimes that were listed on there. That's true. What do you want, buddy? Or at least hopefully they made the bail so high. Let me turn my camera off just for a minute. Sorry, had to grab my breakfast out of the microwave. I'm being a bad girl and just eating a quick breakfast this morning. A young military lady ran over by an idiot on Skidoo, was killed, and they fled the scene. Oh no. Yeah, and there are way too many cameras, because you not only have the cameras on people's houses, but usually the street poles at the intersections have cameras too. And they have, which I didn't know until I was on vacation, is a lot of people have those toll thingies in their car. So if you're in a toll area, you're automatically like clocked. And they can tell how fast you're going. They can tell if you were speeding in the toll area. That's crazy. That's way too much Big Brother. Yeah, being accountable for whatever crimes, whatever happens is definitely. Remember when we were kids, our parents or my grandma used to, if you'd have just wouldn't have lied to me about it or would have just told me about it, it would have been a lot easier. It would have been a lot easier on you. That's for sure. I know, right? I try not to. I try to do like the speed limit and stuff. Sometimes that gets me. I'm not always in a patient mood. Patience is not my virtue, let me tell you. Yeah, Audit had a good idea about doing those CPRAs because one, some of them are really long and they get repetitive because what they'll do is they'll send you information, especially emails. And the email string or the thread, and so it's the same email just with the next conversation added to it. So some of them, even though they look like they're long, so her and I going through them, we can kind of weed out all of that and explain them or explain the significance of them. So I'm glad she decided to do that. Yeah, they do. And they get buried in her community posts. She needs to start putting them in their own little section. because they do have some gold to them. So you guys, I just wanted to pop in and say good morning. Make sure that I wasn't MIA like what happened last week. Oh, you got it. Good, Jojo. I'm so glad that you got it. I hope you liked it. I love doing drawings. You have Tom Cruise news. You're welcome, Jojo. I love sending it to you. Are you going to do a live about it? Or are you going to do a recording, Miriam, about your Tom Cruise news? Or are you going to give us it? He flew to Finland this morning for 2 hours because he is buying a new luxury yacht. Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous. Must be nice to I have to fly to go get my new luxury yacht. A slave ship, right? Yeah, that was good to put that in there. They might as well have oars, people using oars on the bottom of it. Shake my head. Yeah, that's just crazy. Or do the exteriorization thingy. He'll install a plank to walk, right? There's your new song, Jojo. Planks on the Tom Cruise vessel. The cruise ship blues. You know how when you go on a cruise, the cruise ship blues. I like Joe's songs. Oh, good morning, Eyes to See. You got your coffee. Yay. I got my coffee. I got my breakfast. I like cruises. I don't like Tom Cruises, but I like cruises. Right? I've been on one cruise and it was fun. My daughter and I went on for her graduation present as we took a cruise down to Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, that one where it goes down there, down the west coast. Notter Swan 128. Huh. Something about the cruise ship blues. Since his name is Tom Cruise and it's a cruise ship. Cruises. Leaves bruises. Oh yeah, you can rename the yacht. Yeah, the norovirus on those cruise ships gets pretty nasty. That's for sure. Pretty awful. Yeah, that was sucky when they had that COVID stuff going through all the cruises. Hmm. I wonder what the real name of the ship is. I wonder if did he buy an already named ship? Was it a used ship or was it a brand new one? Hmm. Afila, she is scheduled. I saw a Tony Ortega blog post this morning saying that Tony Ortega and Alex Barnes, Ross Barnes Ross, with Apostate Alex. Yep. Oh, thank you, Eyes to See. Yeah, so she'll be going on that, I think at 11 Eastern. And then I saw a notification for Natalie, I think for 7:30 p.m. Eastern today. So it'll be in the middle of the night for you guys over there across the pond. She should be live right now, too. Okay. Grizzly, you are not getting any of my food. Go away, bud. Mm-hmm. In Finland, there's a lot of shipyards. The biggest Royal Caribbean ships are made there. Ah, I think I've seen documentaries about that. Hmm. You, big, like cruise ships are okay for me. I love being on a boat. That's my second favorite place in the world to be. Actually, it's my first. If you have a fishing pole in your hand, it's my first favorite place to be. Is on a boat. Hmm. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I didn't mind it. It didn't. The accessibility of it. I went on a Carnival cruise, and the accessibility was halfway decent. The only problem is getting an accessible cabin to begin with. So you have to book so far in advance to get an accessible cabin. Yeah, well, yeah, on a little rowboat, sure. You always want to wear your life vest. I don't sink though, but I wouldn't be out in a rowboat out in the middle of the ocean, anyways. Um, that's okay, Amy. Yeah, I get that, Jojo. And when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's horrific, right? When you get out in the middle of the water and everybody's having a wonderful sunshiny uh, ocean day, sail day. But when there's weather, it makes you feel teeny tiny. Because I don't care how big that ship is. If you get into seas, oh my gosh. Oh, nice, Afila. Yeah, that's one thing that I really liked was not having to having the scenery change without having to unpack. That was really nice. Your first goal is LA City Hall and Big Blue. Yeah, mine too. Yeah, the again being in a chair sucked because you can't get on and off a lot of the islands, especially if they have an at sea port where they use a tender, a little transfer boat to bring people back and forth because the tenders usually aren't accessible. But that's when you need a Sven, right? Jojo, I thought the entertainment would annoy me too, but it really didn't. It was actually kind of fun. No, they aren't. They are not very good for accessibility at all or transportation. You definitely have to make do with what's there. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was it too. It was just really nice. I know the day when we went to one of the islands or one of the ports, I couldn't get off the ship. So my daughter had to go off and do it on her own. Hey, good morning, YRB. Wow, yeah. They do. It's just usually the tenders aren't very safe to get off. Good morning, Yvonne. We've been talking about you. And thanks for the email yesterday. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get seasick is it's hard to stay awake. That's for sure. If you get seasick, being on a boat is miserable. I thankfully have never had to deal with that. Am I secured to my chair or just gravity? A life vest can't keep that chair afloat. No, it cannot. Hmm. As I said, the big ships really aren't that bad, in my opinion. We used to have um, my husband and I had a 28-foot fiberform, and it was a nice boat. I mean, 28 foot isn't a slacker's boat, but it's not huge either. Are you feeling better, YRB, though? Are you starting to heal? Good morning, Rika. How are you doing today, Rika, darling? Thank you, YRB. I will. Which is strange, Amy, because if you eat on a like a short cruise, sometimes that makes you more sicker. Yeah, I just love being on a boat anyways. My father would get seasick in the bathtub, and that was after 4 years of in the Navy. Oh my gosh. I am doing fine today. I'm doing wonderful today. I'm not going to be able to stay on very long because it's going to get noisy around here probably real quick. Is it Shark Week? I didn't notice. I don't know that I'm going to be able to make Public Works today, Amy. I'll try and call in, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Not that kind of Shark Week. Oh, you guys are losing me on that joke then, Miriam and Peter. Very cool. Okay, guys, I'm going to scoot because my guests are here and the dogs are going to start barking. I love you, love you, love you. I will talk to you in a little bit. I'll try and call in for Public Works. YRB, I'm going to say this real quick. Shoulder surgery area has healed. Now it's the physical therapy recovery. Overall strength is returning, but still walking and standing for any length of time is a problem. And I'm coughing a lot. Oh, we're definitely going to continue keep you in prayer and keep your healing in prayer. Much love to you. I'll talk to you guys later.